I think if he had been the start of the whole year, you might be talking about that. This is a very challenging group that we're getting to play in.
Florida and Tulane in the Gasparilla Bowl kickoff at 3:30. Hear the game live on 10:10 a.m. It's 65 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time in temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I would clean that bone about as good as anything.
Matt Hayes.
The guys they had last year, terrible.
And Leon Searcy.
Mama know that when you get to camp, you ain't going to see a lot of Big Daddy.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Well, Big Daddy and I are in the house today. We are ready to go. XL Primetime on a beautiful Friday here on the First Coast. Matt Hayes is up in, what seems like snowy conditions up in South Bend for the first game of the college football playoff a little bit later on tonight. That is worth a round of applause. A 12-team college football playoff, and it begins tonight. And then tomorrow, we've got a slate of games, college and pro, that we can't wait to dig into. But we got all sorts of things to get into. You were just looking up at the television screen.
I was looking at a little scrimmage between Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah, that's when they were
I would
on
like
the
to see
field.
I'd like to see a little bit of that tonight at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, heck yeah.
Both teams, hey, listen, it's even better when both teams don't like each other.
Well, the planting of the flag, I think, already has kind of run its course. I don't want them to outlaw it, but it's gotten dumb in a hurry because everyone's now throwing knuckles, and when they're using pepper spray, and they've got two Ohio and Michigan police pulling out the pepper spray, it got a little out of hand. The skirmish was a little over the top.
Yeah, a little unnecessary.
Yeah, and they were throwing and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, we got the game tonight, and then you've got three big ball games in the college football world tomorrow. You've got Chiefs-Texans tomorrow. Ravens-Steelers is tomorrow as well.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
And so, dude, we're talking about so many good games to get into, and we will definitely hit them all. We will talk to Matt up in South Bend, preview the game tonight, look at the rest of the college football playoff, and then say hello to Coach Campo, who's also enjoying a little time with the family. So we'll get with him coming up a little bit later on. But let's at least start big. When we look at the game with the Jags and the Raiders, we're going to try and give you a few things to think about in that game. We basically have all resigned ourselves to a higher draft pick, less points scored, leave LV with an L if you can. That's basically been XL Primetime's request.
Yeah, but the Jaguars got to be extremely bad to lose to this team.
Yeah, they do.
When I saw this team against Atlanta on Monday night, they're awful. They're terrible. Yeah. I mean, even at our worst, we should beat this team, to be quite honest with you.
I get the feeling that you're probably right. Yeah. I just don't want it to happen.
Well, listen, I don't want it to happen either. I don't want us to lose any draft capital, absolutely. But if we do the things that we did against the Jets, get the ball to BTJ, run the ball decently, if Mac Jones can eliminate the turnovers, the 2 turnovers they had in the game. Yeah. And, I mean, we got all kinds of issues defensively, especially back end. I mean, but I don't think they have the weapons or the repertoire. You said I said that repertoire. Repertoire. Offensively to be as effective as the Jets were. I mean, the Jets. Listen, they got Deontay Smith, and they got your guy.
No. They
had weapons. The Jets had weapons.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, and Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Yes. Yeah. They don't have any of those type of guys on that Raider team.
And they don't really know exactly the health of their quarterback either. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Rodgers really, like we said, put on the second half of the game. After Jacksonville got to him a little bit, he put on a clinic in the second half of the game. Threw for a ton of yards, and obviously he and Devontae Adams hooking up for their 100th touchdown catch for Devontae. Not 100 combined with the 2, but the first that was thrown to Devontae was from Aaron Rodgers, and then the 100th that was thrown to Devontae was from Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty special.
He's a unique company.
Yeah. So The Raiders, if you're out and you got the app on and you're in Vegas, let us know. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures 641-1010. We know we got plenty that left here over the last couple of days. Helmets and Heels did their broadcast at Circus Circuit just a little while ago, and they had a great time. And so if you're out and about and you're out there and you're listening, you want to talk some ball, you can easily hit the text line and chat it up with us. And then any thoughts on the game, the scene, anything like that, we'd love to hear it, especially if you are boots on the ground. We have some from 1010XL that are out there. They either left last night or they left this morning, and they're looking forward to it. And look, I'd love to be immersed in it. I would. I'd head to a sports book and I'd just start going nuts this afternoon, betting every possible combination I could. Now, hardrock.bet already gives me enough to bet on, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you'll be in the midst for I mean, but you're a gambler. Yeah. You enjoy the sport of gambling.
I love it. I enjoy it. It does not enjoy rewarding me as much as I enjoy it. That's for sure. All right, so last night's game. Let's stay in the NFL world. And the L.A. Chargers and the Denver Broncos, and these are two teams that have been looking up at the Kansas City Chiefs for quite some time in the AFC West. We all know that. And the Chargers dispatched Brandon Staley last year. They went out and they got their prized head coach in Jim Harbaugh, brought him back into the league. And then you got Sean Payton, who's really catching a vibe in Denver. And we were talking about this yesterday, and Matt was of the mind that it's more Bo Nix than it is Sean Payton. Well, the way I look at it is that it's a hell of a good offense and a hell of a good leader in Sean Payton, putting Bo Nix in position to succeed.
Well, I mean, listen, Bo Nix, if you watched the game last night, I mean, both teams are like mirror images of themselves, except, Justin Herbert takes a little bit more chances down the field as far as his passes go. Right. When it comes to Bo Nix, I mean, Matt Hayes says it all the time, take the profit. That's what he does. He takes the profit. Yeah. He doesn't try to force the issue. He takes the medium. He takes the short yardage type of passes, and he may junk it down the field every now and then. But more than likely, his passes are shorter, intermediate, and those guys are getting open. And I mean, when I say they're mirror images, they're both 9-6. Yeah. They're both 9-6 teams, and they do some things well as far as the passing game goes. They did a decent job in running the ball and protection. So yeah, I mean, but they're still second fiddle. They're still second fiddle. But I don't know. I don't know for how too long. Yeah. I don't know how too long. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is always going to be king of the castle. But I'm just saying those two teams right now, both at 9-6. I don't want to say they're going to take over, but I'm saying they're going to pose more of a threat to the Chiefs in the long run.
You figure Denver went out and they did a couple of they took two really, really big swings. The deal for Russell Wilson and paying all that money to get him and giving away a boatload of draft capital. And then, obviously, the hire of Nate Hackett did not work, and they bounced him, but then they go and get Sean Payton. And so those are two major swings. Well, they laid an egg with the Russell Wilson deal. They ended up having to pay for it, shipped him off. They're still paying the freight for him to play in Pittsburgh right now, which is still nuts when you think about it. But then Sean Payton basically coming in there, putting his fingerprints all over the Denver franchise. And so now he's put them in a position where they can compete. They're really good defensively. Run game actually did show up a little bit last night. And Bo Nix, for the most part, first part of this game, pretty dang effective. Anyway, they controlled this game for quite a long time. And then you go to the other side of it, and Harbaugh comes in, and you've talked about it, and many others as well, that we know what he likes to do. He's going to get the line of scrimmage straightened out. He's going to make sure he plays good defense, and he's going to put his quarterback in position to make plays. They came from double digits down last night.
They did.
And made some serious plays. They took control of the last 30 minutes of that ball game.
They did. They absolutely did. Yeah. I mean, that's the Harbaugh effect. Yeah. I mean, wherever he goes, he wins. And his teams don't give up. I mean, even in college, even when he was with the 49ers, his team fight to the finish. Yeah. And what about that call? The field goal that everybody's talking about, the old school
it was a
kickoff field goal type of whatever the hell it was.
So now the rule is that if you declare a fair catch, by the way, this is a total aside, but I've been meaning to say this for a while. They have renamed the kickoff the dynamic kickoff. You've heard it phrased like that, right? That is one of the most boring things I've ever seen in the game. There's nothing dynamic about that. It sucks.
It does.
And it's just boring. You expect more often than not You can't even put your eyes on the football because everybody's so far spread apart. The kicker's the only one moving. No one else is moving. Then finally they do, and then obviously when it's into the end zone area, no one else moves after that because it's moving out to the 30-yard line.
You know what? They've just ensured that there'll never be a kickoff returner that goes to the Hall of Fame. Devin Hester couldn't have flourished in this.
Probably not.
You know,
and by the way, how the hell, like Parker Washington, I know did a return on a punt, but still, there aren't that many big plays like that. Now, there are a few of them. We definitely have seen it, but dynamic, you might want to rename that puppy.
And please don't tell me you're doing it because of safety issues, because you still punt return.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
So I mean, this whole issue that, the kickoff return is a little bit more violent with cutting back on the possibilities of getting concussions by doing this kick, because that's the scenarios that they're swinging. Yeah. That's the bat that they're swinging. Mm-hmm. But then you still punt return.
I know. And there's still violent collisions everywhere. I actually have to look it up, the radio doctor in me, and see if concussions have actually come down or not. But you're right.
Doubt it.
There's still plenty of violent hits in the game. And so they had the fair catch, and with the penalty where he was interfered, it gave Dicker, the kicker, the opportunity to go out there and boot one from nearly 60. What was it, 57 yards? Yeah. And it was a free kick, and it was awesome. And so, heck yeah, he knocked it through. I was actually we had the neighborhood block party dinner last night where we were all just kind of sitting there sipping and toasting and telling stories and whatnot. It was one of those more, how shall I put this, Leon? If you and I were putting together a block party, let's get together with the neighborhood, and we're just a one-street hood, we would have it where you probably could have a good smoke. Yeah. You might have some brown and just some good food. Yeah. The people who elected to do this maybe took us to a higher level of restaurant than maybe you and I would be used to.
Everybody could, because listen, I'm originally from Washington D.C.
Yeah.
So we frequently had block parties where everybody cooked.
Yes.
Everybody got together. There was a grown folks table, spades table. There was a bid whist table, all that kind of poker table. Yeah. So you have any of that stuff.
Well, see, I think I need to take it back to that because we would have the cul-de-sac where we would bring music out and cook and do all that kind of stuff. But this one was like a nice sit-down, more of a refined setting. And Big Vic and I, we're on the end of the one table, and we're like, we're just not wired like this, man. We need to be having. Now, Kevin the Southie and Fish Bites and all them, I give them credit. We had a great time. But it was just a little too refined for me. I like to be a little.
Okay. All right. I mean, was it a destination, or was it just like everybody?
No, we had to go to a restaurant upstairs, reservations, the whole thing, bottles of wine.
Oh, absolutely. That's a little bougie.
Yeah, it was.
A little bougie.
And like I said, with apologies,
a little too refined.
With apologies to Southie and Fish Bites and all.
It's all good.
But yeah, we did have a good time. But I'm still thinking I need to take it back to my roots where I roll my gas grill out.
There you go.
And I get the music cranking.
Yes.
And we just have a good time. All right, if you guys are getting ready for your Christmas parties, let us know. I'm sure you are. But we need to get into the college football playoff. All that is these big ball games in these cold weather settings, like we were saying leading up to this, the fact that you're going to have playoff football in the Horseshoe, in South Bend, at Touchdown Jesus, at Darrell Royal Stadium, Memorial in Austin, Texas, and up to Happy Valley State College, PA. It's just crazy. And the weather right now, all of them are supposed to be pretty dang cold. Austin being the least of the three, but the other three are going to be really cold. And so it's going to affect the way these lines are going to be looked at by the bettor. And you guys just let us know which way you're leaning. There haven't been too many people picking the Indiana Hoosiers to upset Notre Dame. There have been more picking Tennessee to upset Ohio State. Hardly any SMU over Penn State, and hardly any Clemson over Texas.
Yeah.
So most people are thinking one upset, which both you and I have leaned in on.
Yeah. I've got Tennessee over Ohio State. It has less to do with Tennessee and more to do with what the last time I saw Ohio State.
That's fair.
It was just I mean, you're talking about a 6-5 Michigan team that came in there and bullyballed them, from start to finish, and then they wielded Will Howard ineffective throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Turnovers, incomplete passes. And then when you got that kind of arsenal, when you got the running game and the receiving core that he has, I mean, he should have been a lot more effective, but Michigan had a lot to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
Pressuring the quarterback, stopping the run, all that kind of stuff. And they just punched him in the mouth. And in Tennessee, and Matt was talking about that while he was here, Tennessee prides itself on running the football and being physical up front. Mm-hmm. And if Ohio State can't match that energy, we could be seeing the same thing we saw in the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, look, they got a really good defense. They got a terrific
and they get after the passer pretty good.
Yeah,
and if Nico can just be decent with that running game and how they get after the passer, we'll see.
All right, Rocky Top, what you guys think? 641-1010. Let us know if you do smell the upset, if you're calling it, if you're feeling it, or Buckeye Nation. Let us know as well what side you're on, because this is a new look for our college football world with this playoff extended into multiple weeks instead of just a couple of weeks, which we've been treated to for the last decade. All right, Florida home AC Friday. Now, RJ, if I have this right, we've got another kind of a big hair, heavy metal feel to the show today. Am I correct?
You are correct, sir.
All right. So what we've got is we've got opportunities once again for you to enjoy Welcome to Rockville tickets. And so I will roll through the arsenal of awesome acts that will be down in Daytona at Daytona International Speedway. We've got tickets to give away. We also have tickets for Jags Titans to give away. So we got plenty of things for you to dip in on, and chances for you to enjoy with us our very own XLP Hazy, which will be at Bold City Brewery, the production house, next Friday. So we hope that you'll get in on that as well with a chance to come taste the craft with us. We'll tell you all about it coming up on XL Primetime.
It's just the Jags and the NFL.
That's all I ever think about.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
Exactly.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studio.
Let's do this, shall we?
10 to noon on
1010 XL.
Hey guys, it's your boy E.T. And you need a little extra boost in the bedroom? Blue Chew is what you need. By now you probably know that Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. So what you waiting for? Blue Chew is all online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Plus, it ships right to your front door in a discreet package. Their licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredients and strengths for your prescription. Guys, if you don't like swallowing pills, no problem. Blue Chew is chewable. And ready for a great offer? How about free? Go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, and get your first month free. Turn that oh no into a oh yeah. Just chew it and do it. Visit BlueChew.com.
Hey, John, are you a small business owner looking to make the most of your investments?
Absolutely. And now is the time to take advantage of some incredible tax deductions.
You can qualify for a 2024 tax deduction for up to 60% of the purchase price of a brand new Cadillac.
Think Escalade, Lyriq, Optic, XT5, and XT6.
We have over 100 in stock at Rainy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. It's the perfect time to upgrade your business fleet.
This is not tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor for further details and to determine eligibility, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all and approved credit.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Tacos and sports go hand in hand, literally. You can watch sports with a taco in each hand or with a taco in one hand and a surfboard in the other. Don here from Taco Lou. I love sports, and since you're listening to this station, you love sports as well. If you love sports and tacos, then Taco Lou is calling your name. We always have the game on here, but you can call in a to-go order to watch at home, or let us cater your next watch party. Catering for the holidays? No problem. Taco Lou in Jax Beach. Cheers to tacos, sports, holidays with the family, and tequila.
Pre-Game Friday.
Built by Dream Finders Homes.
On 1010XL.
Shania Twain.
Let's go, girl.
Live in Jacksonville. Shania Twain.
one incredible show. Live at Daly's Place, July 29th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit ShaniaTwain.com.
Right out of this world.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split AC, Plumbing, and Electric.
When you're hungry for midday sports talk, share a table with Helmets and Heels.
It's a bad idea to travel on an empty stomach.
Mia, Lauren, and Taylor.
We like hungry.
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010 XL.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
The 12 Days of Christmas is back and better than ever at Best Bet Jacksonville. From December 12th to the 23rd, we're lighting up the tables with our much-anticipated High Hands promotion, giving away over $330,000 in cash and prizes. The excitement continues to grow each day, starting at $1,200 and climbing up to $2,300, and the chance to set sail on a card player poker cruise. Explore all the excitement at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
All right, we've got Welcome to Rockville coming up down in Daytona with unbelievable acts that are going to be there over the course of 4 days. We're talking, this is nearly a decade and a half of Welcome to Rockville, and it'll be coming up in the spring. Lincoln Park right there. You've got Incubus, Green Day, Shinedown, Rob Zombie, Three Doors Down, Korn. We can go on and on and on. Sublime, one of my favorites, and then so many more. So definitely, just remember, you've got a chance to win tickets today. Welcome to Rockville. You can throw some suggestions RJ the DJ's way. That way you get into it, all right? Because we've got chances for you to win passes. We're talking weekend general admission. They also have available VIP, single day, camping passes. They are all on sale. Check it out. Welcome to Rockville.com. So we'll come back. We'll play another act from down in Daytona with the Welcome to Rockville Festival, and we'll give you a chance to get those tickets in your hands, which would be dang sweet. You can give yourself a Christmas present. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Christmas presents, can I have that real quick?
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Would you describe this as a Christmas present?
Nah, negative. This is a lump of coal in my stocking.
What are we talking about?
Listen, I just want to check my emails, and I look at my email list. The University of Miami, a school that I love, a beloved university I love so dearly. I check my emails. I'm scrolling down the email page, and they send me a link. The link is to purchase Pop-Tart Bowl tickets.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah, they sent me a link to go purchase. It says greatly appreciated alumni base to purchase tickets to the Pop-Tart Bowl in Orlando. And then they send me a link to where I can order them. That link will never be hit.
So they didn't even give you any tickets as a Hurricane Hall of Famer to come down to the Pop-Tart.
No, they sent me a link to buy tickets to the Pop-Tart Bowl. That won't happen.
Oh, my gosh, man. Listen, Florida's playing today. It's Gasparilla versus your Pop-Tart Bowl. I like both of them. I love just saying.
Listen, I like saying Gasparilla.
Yeah, I love saying it.
Pop-Tart, that sounds soft all day.
Yeah, but you can eat the trophy.
Yeah, well, no.
Actually, it's a toaster.
It is a toaster, yes. You have warm Pop-Tarts. But, Joe, listen, if I go to the university and I see that, I told you that already. It better not be in the trophy case. What all the other prestige trophies that we had, you gonna put that next to the national championship trophy?
It should not be there.
Okay.
That I 100% agree with you on. That's for sure. But that's where these programs are now. They're both trying to bounce back and get back into the conversation with the college football playoff like we've been talking about. That's for sure. We'll find out whether they can. And we mentioned earlier, when you're talking about the way the transfer portal has unfolded, particularly the last couple of years, Miami relished the opportunity to Cam Ward to come down to Coral Gables. He did. He thrived. Made it to New York as one of the finalists for the Heisman Trophy.
They wasted him.
Well, yeah.
It's so to say they did. They wasted him.
He thrived. They just did not.
Exactly. I mean, you're talking about, I call him a unicorn. You're talking about a kid who came from Washington State, who wasn't even a one-star recruit, wasn't recruited at all, got an opportunity, flourished, shine, comes to the University of Miami, is a stellar. He's a stud at the very start, and takes them down and has a 21-point lead in the second quarter against Syracuse. Couldn't seal the deal. And you know why we couldn't seal the deal? Defense. Offense was going to put up points. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed.
I wonder why some of these coaches fight with one half of the football, and I'll use 2 or 3 examples here. And let's make it this 10-10 take, because honestly, Mario has fallen into the same trap that others have.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
Sonny's, they can cook it up for you, lunch, dinner. If you're just going into the weekend and you want to have that leftovers that you can open the fridge and just see it and then know that it's right there ready for you, go get you either a rack of ribs, couple chickens, whatever it might be, and load up on all those sides, and you'll have lunch, dinner, and everything taken care of over the weekend, especially tonight if you're heading home to take in some of that college football playoff action tonight. But I've categorized a few guys as some of the best half coaches that I've ever seen. Sean Payton was the first guy that I would give that half coach label to, because he never really paid attention to the defensive side. Well, now obviously he has. He's won a Super Bowl. They had really good defenses when he was in New Orleans, and he obviously has a good defense right now in Denver. Well, then you go to the college ranks. Lincoln Riley, one of the better half coaches in football. He could not get a good defensive group of players. He recruited to the offense, didn't recruit as much to the defense, didn't necessarily hire the right guy on defense, and they would lose 45-42. Brian Kelly, another example, just let go defensively. Last year, tried to fix it, barely fixed it, didn't do enough to complete the task. A really good half coach on the offensive side. Now, is Mario Cristobal falling into the same trap? That's the 10-10 take, because you've described it as a wasted year. A wasted opportunity for Cam Ward.
Wasted talent.
And it's because of that D.
Yeah, wasted talent. Absolutely wasted talent. I mean, anytime you got a quarterback who has led college football, touchdowns, receptions, completion percentage, and total offense, and you're sitting home and you're going to be watching the playoffs, it doesn't make any sense. It's because of the defense. And what's so troubling about watching that defense is that can't get any penetration, can't stop the run, and we get beat around the edge. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, not the University of Miami football that I'm used to seeing.
Right. Yeah. And look, the product on one side of the ball has been fantastic. The other part has been deplorable, and it cost you. It really did. You were the second one out. Alabama was the first out. Miami was the second one out. If we're talking about a field of 14, you guys would have been in it, but you ain't. Simple as that. And it in large part was due to that defense. And Mario's not to go out now. He has to go out there and try and figure out what he's going to do to make sure he doesn't waste the next guy that comes in as the transfer portal quarterback.
I think someone needs to take my idea. You remember when I said we need an alternative bracket of 8 players? You just think about the teams that will be in the alternative bracket. We're talking about the Alabamas, the Miamis, the Ole Miss, the South Carolinas, the Brigham Youngs. I mean, you would still watch that.
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Now, I think when we threw this out there, and you threw it out last week or maybe the week before, something like that, and we were trying to figure out a name, the Olies, the outside looking in instead of the NIT, which was what they do in basketball. But the other thing is that you need, if you could pull the bowl sites, bowl games into this, I actually think you'd have something.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. Because let's just take Ole Miss and Duke as an example here at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. It's a good matchup.
Yeah.
I love what Manny's done up in Durham. He was able to get his second job inside the ACC, do a decent job. They were unbeaten for first half of the year. Anyway, he makes it to the bowl game. And then Lane, hotty toddy, they were close to making it to the college football playoff. I do love that idea. But you need to get the Peach, whatever they call it down there in Orlando now, Tampa, Jacksonville, bring a few other ones in there. The Music City in Nashville.
I mean, the key is the TV. If the TV will pick it up, then you got something.
Yeah.
If the TV will pick up.
Because actually, you'd start to not just have all these bowls just hanging out there by themselves. There would be another bracket.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they have first-round games or not.
Yeah, you were playing right after the conference championship. So that week off last week that they had, that's when you play them. You're playing right after
I like that idea.
I like it too.
I really do. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I would love to see it happen.
Someone's going to take it from me.
Yeah. And by the way, you might need to copyright that idea. I don't know if it's, I think that's called copyright when it comes to that. Not trademark, but I think copyright that bad boy and make sure you get it done. All right. I need to fit in a bold fact here real quick before we're going to say hello to Coach Campo. We're going to get our picks in and some thoughts from him on the Jags game coming up here in just a second.
Here's a bold fact brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duvall's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
We are so looking forward to next Friday. A week from today, we will be at the production house on Roselle in Riverside, and we're going to tap that hazy XLP IPA, and we hope that you'll be a part of it. As a matter of fact, as soon as we finish up this bold fact, if you're a lover of craft, call RJ at 641-1010. It'll take 2 or 3 of you. We did it yesterday. We'll do a couple more today, and we're only going to have probably about 10 of you. In honor of 1010XL, 10 to enjoy this craft beer that we made, the XLP Hazy IPA. So once we get through with the question, you can call RJ at 641-1010 if you are a lover of craft, and you can join us next Friday at Bold City Brewery in their production house in Riverside and enjoy some of that craft and probably a smash burger or two with us as well. All right, so we're looking at Pat Mahomes with that high ankle sprain, trying to come back. Dude has nearly 32,000 regular season passing yards. It's just crazy what he has been able to do. So he now has the 3rd most passing yards ever by a player in his first 8 seasons. All right? One of them that has more than him is Peyton. That makes sense.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah, he threw it all over the lot.
He did, yeah.
Who else is ahead of Pat Mahomes in their first 8 seasons? And by the way, I'll give you one which surprised me a little bit. Pat Mahomes just passed Derek Carr.
Damn.
It's hard to believe Derek Carr had that many. Derek Carr had 31,700, and he was 3rd in his first 8 seasons. But now Mahomes is 3rd.
So it's 2 more in front of him.
Yeah, Peyton, one of them.
Peyton one.
Who's the other?
Marino.
That's a good guess.
No, not
Nope.
Marino. Oh, Fouts.
Nope. Good guess. This is a guy that probably doesn't get near enough love for throwing it all over the lot.
Okay. Doesn't get enough love thrown all over the lot.
Drafted high, wasn't a number 1 overall pick, but drafted high.
Okay.
And just right out of the box, just started throwing it all over the place. I'll put it to you this way.
I got it.
Huh?
You say he was number 1. He wasn't the number 1 pick.
Was not.
Yeah, I was going to say Matthew, but it's not Matthew.
No, he definitely has thrown it around too. That's a good guess.
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
thinking Matthew Thad.
I'll put it to you this way: if his coach had called a few more run plays, he might have a Super Bowl ring, because his coach decided not to call any run plays when they were up 28-3.
Oh, the GOAT.
Against Tom Brady.
Against Tom Brady. Yeah. Oh, you talking about
Matt Ryan? Yeah. Matt Ryan's team was up 28-3, and they decided to keep throwing it, and they ended up not being able to stop Tommy as he came back and won it in overtime. But Matt Ryan has 32,757 yards in his first 8 seasons, and I don't know that Mahomes will get to that in the remaining games because he's got 3 more to play. Yeah. But who knows? Who knows whether he gets to that number?
Is he first ballot?
Yeah.
Matty, do you think he's first ballot?
I don't know. He should be with some of the numbers he put up there, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be iffy.
Yeah. And his eligibility will be coming up pretty quickly because he finally hung it up when he was with the Colts and he got sat down, a couple seasons ago. All right, so let's say hello to Coach Campo. Let's get our picks up. We've got Matt coming up from South Bend a little bit later on. Don't forget, Welcome to Rockville. We're going to give you a chance. As soon as we fire off another Welcome to Rockville song, you will have a chance to win some of those passes.
Stretch game day as far as you can with an extra quarter of Teal Talk. Join Hacker, Leon, and Coach Campo for the Window World of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. Brought to you by Von Rowan Lawn and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. This holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas. Now through the 31st, a festival lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in on. Risk-free Thursday, super boosts, free bets, weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on BetSoft slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Don't wait. Use promo code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra start to your holiday. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners just for signing up and using promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or casino, bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
It's the final days to get inflation fighter savings at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. The final days to save thousands with just $500 down and $288 per month for a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for $500 down and $388 per month. Don't wait. The final days of inflation fighter savings are here. So get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Need a last-minute gift? What's more Duval than a Moss Fire Grill holiday gift card? Right now, you can buy a $100 gift card and get a $25 gift card for free, only at Moss Fire Grill.
See you on the rooftop.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 20th, 1981, NHL left wing Doug Smale sets NHL record, scoring in the first 4 seconds of the game for the fastest goal from an opening faceoff in history.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees, and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 47th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget, and with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, open 7 days a week in December.
Jingle bells, septic's gone astray. Oh, don't let your holiday stink in the worst kind of way. Call Duck Duck Rooter and we'll save your sleigh and your day.
904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson on how quarterback Mac Jones can be more effective throwing the deep ball downfield.
One, it's a mindset, right? It's a mindset that we're going to stay aggressive, we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to take our shots. You know, it's got to be that touchdown to check down mentality, meaning if the shot is there, take it. Accuracy and putting the ball where it needs to be, where you want to put the ball as a quarterback. That's part of it too. But I don't ever want the quarterback to shy away or be hesitant when there's opportunities to put the ball down the field.
Doug Peterson, courtesy of Jaguars.com. With your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update, I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
I've told you, Big Search, that I love all the acts. I feel like probably not all of them, but I feel like most of them, as far as the acts that will be at Welcome to Rockville, like Sublime, I love them. So many good bands that will be down there, and we're talking 4 days with big headliners, beginning with Shinedown on Thursday, Green Day on Friday, Linkin Park on Saturday. Go down the line, you're seeing big names that are going to be there on Sunday as well. You got Rob Zombie, Good Charlotte, which I love a lot, and then of course Sublime, one of my favorites. All right, so let's hook them up, RJ. Fourth caller at 641-1010. You get a pair of general admission tickets to Welcome to Rockville over the weekend that you get to enjoy, and we say congratulations. We'll throw out the winners' names coming up here in just a bit, but you got a pair of weekend general admission passes. All right, you got them. We'll make sure we shout them out coming up in just a little bit, but another chance for you to win. And you said too, and I'm just trying to read the fine print, I may throw another pair in there, RJ, before it's all said and done. But you guys keep it coming, 641-1010, and give us your rock and roll suggestions with a Welcome to Rockville theme. Now, speaking of themes, somebody just came in the studio and handed off a nice little birthday present to Big Sirs.
Yeah, my little buddies.
Yeah.
You know, Pop.
Yeah. So they came in and gave Pop some snacks.
They did.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is.
You know, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I love that. How many little ones?
It was the three that came in there. Yeah.
All right, shout them out.
By the nicknames.
Yeah, you can give them nicknames.
Yeah. Aiden, Fat, and Lily.
I do love that. Now, speaking of those little ones, I know another guy that's enjoying the little ones right now.
Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line. Hello. We can wiggle it.
He's always a great guest in studio with us. He's our head coach, Dave Campo. And so, Coach, Big Searcy is celebrating his birthday tomorrow, and he had the little ones come in and bring him some cool snacks and wish him happy birthday. How about that?
Hey, happy birthday, Leon. How old are you, bud?
He's in his 50s.
I'm in my 50s, Coach. You know, after 50, I quit counting, Coach.
I'm with you. Listen, I don't count mine either.
There you go.
All right, we have hooked up a winner with Welcome to Rockville tickets. Keep listening. We'll give you a chance a little bit later on to win again. But, Coach, we got to pick some winners and some losers. We figured we would do some picks with you. We'll say hello to Matt a little bit later on, and he'll give us some thoughts on the college football playoff. I have Matt's picks. Big Searcy is obviously going to throw his picks out. You're going to throw yours out. But just a real quick thought on the Jaguars and what they may or may not be playing for Sunday against the Raiders. This, I'm telling you, Coach, this looks like an ugly offensive game based on what Vegas is bringing to the table. I'm not quite sure what Jacksonville can do with it offensively.
Joe, I didn't hear you on those, what you just said. So repeat that one.
Yeah, before we do the picks, just a quick thought on the Jags-Raiders, because this could be an ugly, low-scoring game.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think both teams are really struggling and looking for something good any way they can get it. And I think that, you know, again, I'd like to feel good after Sunday with a win, but, you know, it's you never know. And, you know, the Raiders, they're feeling exactly the same way. So I feel like I think it'll be a good game, you know, just like the last one was. I'm not 100% sure we're going to win, though.
You know, Coach, when I'm watching the game, I thought we did some decent things offensively against the Jets. I think we ran the ball effectively. I think that Mac Jones, outside the 2 turnovers, I mean, he got the ball to BTJ. But, Coach, when I was watching that game against the Jets, the back end of that defense, that whole time I was watching it, I said, Coach Campo is going nuts right now watching the back end of this secondary. I mean, the Raiders don't have those kind of weapons, but what do they need to do differently secondary-wise?
Well, first of all, they've obviously made way too many mistakes this year, and that disappoints me from the standpoint that I think, you know, if you saw a disciplined football team, you don't see the mistakes that they made with guys, you know, being out of position, guys, not, you know, it's one thing to get beat one-on-one, but when you one guy thinks he's in man and the other guy thinks he's in zone, there's obviously an issue. And, you know, it's been kind of that way the whole year. We just need to make sure that everybody knows what the coverage is. And I think at times they disguise too much to where safeties don't get themselves back into position to be able to overlap things. And, you know, because they're starting too close to the line of scrimmage and trying to get back on the snap. Listen, one of the problems you have is when you're not very good, you have to use a little trickery. And unfortunately, the trickery only has to catch you 2 or 3 times and you got a couple of big plays. So, unfortunately, you have to try to simplify it up to where guys are lined up in the position they need to be and try to make a football play.
And let's be honest, Coach, if you're talking about a team that isn't 100% on the same page the way they should be it the coaches and what they're teaching in practices during the week or their players themselves, who knows, freelancing, I'm not sure. But when you go up against a couple of absolute 100% Hall of Famers, in Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, you're going to lose more than you win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, you know, quarterbacks in this league on any given day, if you give them things that they can look at, they can execute. Mm-hmm. You know, whether it's Gardner Minshew or the quarterback that's playing now over there. Yeah. You know, if you bust coverages, It doesn't matter how good you are, whether you're Rodgers or who it is. And that's the key. Just don't make mental errors. Make people beat you one-on-one, with your guy against their guy, and see who wins.
All right, Coach, what did you think of the, we all talked about the draft and getting the young guys out there. How did you think the young guys performed, the BTJs, the Strangers, the Parker Washingtons, basically the future of the Jaguar team right now?
Well, I'm hopeful with those guys. I mean, I think they did. There's been some guys that have come on. I think Brian Thomas is going to be one of the really good receivers in the league, and he's not quite there yet. The one thing that they have done here the last couple of games is they've tried to get him the football, which to me is the only way to do it. You got to give the kid a chance to make some plays. But he's still not crisp off the press, which he'll get better with practice and experience. He doesn't necessarily make every catch that he's capable of making. He'll make one really good one, and then there'll be one that he doesn't quite follow through with. And I think he'll get much better with that. But the guy's proven that he's one of the probably the best rookie in this year's class as far as receivers are concerned. And then the other guys up, I love Strange.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a really good player. I think he'll give pause for thought with Ingram as far as, I don't know what his contract is, and will it continue with that? Parker Washington has shown good things. I think Bigsby has shown good things. So there are some young ones that you can kind of build with and really help your salary cap in the long run.
Yeah, because they may be saying goodbye to bigger contracts, Christian Kirk being one of the bigger ones, but they're going to have to deal with him because of the injured reserve situation that he finds himself in. And I know you were referring to that one catch in the end zone that BTJ, if he had that one, who knows? It definitely was. Yes. It was a catchable ball, but he has been fun to watch and obviously one of the cornerstones of what they're going to try and build in the future, whether it's bulky building it or not. Now, this much I know, Coach. I think 3 out of the 4 of us did our picks last week like Trent Baalke, okay? We sucked, all right? We didn't make very good picks last week, I can tell you that. But are you ready for this week of picks?
Yeah, but I don't know who was good last week.
Well, RJ, fire up the music, and let's tell Coach Campo who was good and who was not, okay? We're going to do some college football first. We're going to do our picks. I do have Matt Hayes' selections. We will talk to him coming up in just a little bit, but let's roll through these real quick. So after week 16, where Coach Campo went 2-4, he is now 55-41. So he's still more than a baker's dozen over 500. He's still kicking it. Leon also went 2-4. So he's 52-44, trailing by 3 games. I also went 2-4 and 51-45, trailing big by a game. The winner of the week, Matt Hayes, went 5-1. Wow.
Oh my goodness. I wish I was there. I could at least pat him on the back.
Oh, yeah. He went 5-1, and he's trying to reel in a respectable 4th place because he's still way back there. And he may catch me, who knows, but he is now a tidy 38-58. He's still 20 games behind.
He's got a ways to go, Joe. I don't think he's going to make it.
All right, so let's get to him, Coach. We have got Indiana Hoosiers coming in to South Bend. Touchdown, Jesus. Irish, a 7-point pick. Who do you like?
I'm taking Indiana. I think they're going to rally to a big win for their program.
Wow, that's a big one. I love that you're calling that, not just the points. You're saying, Signetti, Google me. I'm a winner. All right, Coach, you got Indiana. He just went Coach Corso on us right there, I believe. Leon, who you like?
I got Notre Dame. I begrudgingly say that.
I know. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick touchdown Jesus if you're a member of the U. I am as well going with Notre Dame. Laying 7 is still tough, but that defense is tougher, I believe, in the atmosphere, the environment, all that type of stuff. So I'll go with them. Matt Hayes has selected the Irish as well. Let's get to the next one. SMU, they're traveling. The Ponies up in Penn State. Happy Valley, 8.5 points is the spread. Nittany Lions favored. Coach, who you like?
I'm going with Penn State on that one. I just think that they're too strong. I just feel like, the quarterback, I think, is a pretty good player. I think he's going to make some plays in this one.
Yeah, Drew Aller, and they definitely have a good run game, good defense. Who you like, sirs?
Yeah, I like Penn State. The cold and the physicalness of the game, I think, weighs heavily in Penn State's favor.
I'm falling into that Rhett Lashley trap. I'm just going to admit it. I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to take those 8.5 points, and I'm going to ride Pony Ride. I'll take SMU. Matt took Penn State as well, so I'm the only one that's kind of out there and probably will regret it. Next one in the college football playoff slate, 4:00 kick Saturday afternoon. Down in Memorial Darrell Royal Stadium. The Longhorns, a 12-point favorite against the Clemson Tigers, coach.
Well, I think that's probably too many points, but I'm not going to bet against Texas at home against a Clemson team that, to me, is very similar to SMU, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And I think they proved it in the game that they played. So I'm going with Texas.
All right, hook 'em horns, he says. No playoff team has allowed more passing touchdowns than Clemson, giving up 21. So you're not that far off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got Texas.
You got Texas also? Okay, both sides of the ball, they're pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and take the points. Again, this might be a fool's errand, but I just think defensively, Quinn Ewers is a little banged up and maybe a little on the ropes confidence-wise. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a chance and grab a dozen points. Matt Hayes has taken the Tigers as well with Dabo down there just outside of Dallas. All right, let's go to the last of the college football playoff games. We're talking the Horseshoe up in Cbus. Ohio State laying 7.5 to those Vols of Rocky Top. Coach.
I'm Ohio State all the way. I think Ohio State's going to make a statement in these playoffs.
Whoa.
Listen, I think Ohio State's on the ropes a little bit from what they had, from what Michigan did. I think Tennessee's going to come away with the victory.
Yeah.
I got to go Vols.
And you know what statement they've made to this point, Coach? They're utterly disappointing, all right? Chip Kelly as a play caller. Will Howard, I thought would be a lot better. He was early, wasn't much of late. And look, I think it got into their head a little bit against Michigan. Doesn't mean they can't right the ship, but I'm going to go ahead and take those points as well. Rocky Top, and that's for the son-in-law, okay? And by the way, he wants me to root against them because he thinks they're better off that way if I'm rooting against them. But, hey, Jordan, deal with it. I'm taking Tennessee and those points. Matt has taken Ohio State. I think kind of like Coach, he thinks they're going to get hot at the right time. Let's get these two NFL games in here real quick. We got Steelers, Ravens, 6.5-point line. Baltimore favored at home, Coach.
Baltimore.
Okay. Takes the Ravens.
El Boogie.
You taking El Boogie too?
El Boogie.
Gosh, man, we're all falling. All right, I'm doing it as well. I don't want to, but I think I'm going to because Russell Wilson back-to-back weeks on the road, I don't think that's going to work out too well, and I think maybe Baltimore's figured a few things out. Lamar still struggles against the Mike Tomlin defense, so we'll see if he can answer the bell. Matt has taken Pittsburgh. He likes the Steelers. Last one, Eagles versus Washington. Who you like, Coach? The Commanders picking up 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Philadelphia. I just think Philadelphia might be the best team in the NFC right now.
Sirs?
I agree.
Look, they've won 10 straight. They got to have a wobble, and I keep betting against them, and I'm going to end up burning myself. I almost picked them and then thought, no, I got to keep betting against them. I'll take Washington in the points. Matt has taken the Eagles as well. So that's where we are. Coach, you're still in the lead by 3 games. Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you know that that's a bad position to be in because you got to pick first.
I know.
So I'm hoping. I'm hopeful.
And you got to look over your shoulders. What you got to do,
Coach?
Absolutely.
Coach, you 6-0 and 3-3 away from being in the tie. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, listen. Merry Christmas, Coach. We'll talk to you next week. But give Kay a big hug and tell her Merry Christmas to the rest of the family.
Same with all you guys and your family, and I look forward to getting back in the studio.
All right, buddy. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
All right, man.
All right.
So we will head to the 3 o'clock hour with more of that on the brain as far as all those picks are concerned. The big ball games, we're talking about them coming up.
It's the ultimate tailgate. Someone's going to win a tailgate combo pack from Southern Steer Butcher.
Valued at $100.
And it could be you.
Monthly winners get a Corona tailgate tent with a cooler, chair, and
Collectible football.
enter at 1010XL.com.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Rev up your life with luxury at Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard. This is the best time of year to buy a pre-owned Corvette. Used car prices are 12% lower than their peak in April of 2022. And Vaughn Motor Group has the best prices and selection right now. Come see why Vaughn Motor Group sells more Corvettes than anyone in the area. Stop in or call to start driving your dream car. Complete inventory listing online. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
My Gate Rewards members, now through January 2nd, you'll get an entry for your chance to win free gas for a year each time you buy 5 eligible Monster Club products. Not a rewards member? Download the Gate app today. See store for details.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
It's a sale so big, Santa wants to get in on it.
It's Beard's Diamond's incredible 44th anniversary sale, held over until Christmas Eve. Everything store-wide is on sale, up to 44% off.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
There's still time to grab a mouth-watering holiday roast at Southern Steer Butcher in Ortega. Come for the roast and leave a hero with last-minute gift cards for the whole fam.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows and $2.95.
It's a Monday morning must.
We actually found it!
Yes. Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Monday mornings at 7:20 with Dan and Jeff on the drill on 1010XL.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
This holiday season, give your home the gift that keeps on giving. Beautiful, energy-efficient windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. With our exclusive Fibrix material, you'll enjoy windows that keep the cold out and the warmth in. Perfect for those cozy nights by the fire. Limited time offer. Call today. Buy one, get one 40% off windows and doors. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Find Florida Gators basketball on 1010XL. Brought to you by Renewal by Andersen, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators. And by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Icken here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA.
Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You've been injured in a car accident, and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car. Then it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by Gate Stores. College hoops are back this weekend as the number 7 Florida Gators host the North Florida Ospreys down in Gainesville for their last game before the holiday break. The Gators are coming off a high victory over the North Carolina Tar Heels, with the Ospreys coming off a tough loss to UNC Asheville. The Gators lead the series 10-0 and hope to continue that streak tomorrow. The Ospreys will look to try and snap that streak, relying on their three-point bombing style of play to put up a fight against the Gators. Gators and Ospreys tomorrow in the O-Dome, tip-off at noon. Hear the game live on 1010 a.m. You can also catch the JU Dolphins battle it out against an in-state rival, the UCF Knights, when the Dolphins travel down to Orlando. With JU also coming off a win against East Tennessee, will be a battle to which team can remain on top. Tip-off tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Listen to the game live on 1010 a.m. It's 67 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
So much good rock and roll coming your way. Welcome to Rockville. Push one of them that will be performing, and we have got so many great bands. I love rattling them off because it kind of gets me fired up, and it may be my playlist over the weekend. I like getting back and grilling and everything like that, and I'll throw some of this on. I got like one of them's American Pie closing list, American Pie playlist. Another one's the closing time playlist. But I'll start to work a bunch of them in there. But you got Red, Jumpsuit, Apparatus, Jimmy Eat World, Hoobastank, so many of them. And Bush, another one of the opportunities for you to go see 150 music artists, 5 stages during this 4-day event. Welcome to Rockville.com. Let's give out another pair of tickets. Now, we're talking about general admission passes. You're going to be able to enjoy all the action down at Daytona. Caller number 4 at 641-1010. RJ, hook them up. And we still have chances for you to win tickets. One more time for Welcome to Rockville. Also, Jags Titans tickets and an invite for you to come taste the craft with us at Bold City Brewery. So we got all sorts of things cooking. All right, so we just finished the picks, sirs, and starting to take a look at some of these ball games over the weekend. And you know I like to look at the lines, and I'm trying to figure out who's tanking, who may or may not be already packing it in, and just give people an idea. With 3 weeks remaining, and let's just use the Jags as an example. 3 weeks remaining, you're a 3-win club. You're going up against another lousy club. How hard is it to keep your focus? Just keep I don't know.
How hard is it to coaches to keep the guys from going to sleep in meetings? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Really?
Those team meetings, I mean, how do you inspire a team that's 3-11 to go and play another bad team? I mean, at this particular point, and it's the holidays too, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you got family and friends in town and everything, or will be in town once you come back from Vegas. So all those things kind of factor in. Trust me. I mean, I've been on the flip side of it.
Right.
I was in a situation where you're winning. And you feel good. You're feeling jolly. You're feeling motivated to play games because you're on the winning side of it. So I can't imagine how these coaches, but you're professionals. I mean, you're sitting here saying how you're going to inspire the guys to play or whatever. They're professional athletes who would pay handsomely.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So you got to go out there and do your job. But, I mean, but it is a long trip. I've gone to the West Coast, And this team has not fared well when they go to the West Coast.
No, and it could be in old Alameda County Coliseum, old Oakland, when they played the Raiders out there. They did give the Raiders their last loss in their last game at the Coliseum, which was nice, but still, there have been too many times they've gone out there either playing the Chargers, the Seahawks. We can go down the line with the ones that they have absolutely hammered. RJ, you got a winner. Let's just let everybody know we already got them hooked up. All right, so we'll give you one more chance, but another opportunity will be coming. We do have a winner for our Welcome to Rockville tickets. All right, so I'm looking at these other games, and I'm trying to figure out who's packed it in, and I'll give you a couple of examples. When you take a look at the Atlanta Falcons, they got a little bit to play for right now for the obvious reason. They're going to introduce a new quarterback. They're putting Michael Penix under center as opposed to Kirk Cousins, so I would think most of the guys are probably going to have their attention. The coach is going to say, hey, you guys got to play your fannies off for this guy. We're going to find out what we can do. They are going up against the New York Giants football team that may or may not have already packed it in. There is, for a rookie quarterback that we haven't seen yet, Leon, there's an 8.5-point line. The Falcons are favored over the Giants. That tells me the G-men have 100% packed it in.
Yeah, they packed it in. I mean, they packed it in when they got rid of Daniel Jones, who was playing terrible, and then they went to their third-string quarterback and over the second-string quarterback to play. So, I mean, that's packing it in, bro.
I wish I would have grabbed points earlier. The Bengals, 9-point favorites now against the Cleveland Browns because the Browns are another team.
Yeah, they're packed in.
That is packed it in.
Yeah, I mean, but the Atlanta Falcons had to do. I mean, you're talking about the Kirk Cousins. Now you're fiscally responsible for his contract, but he's played down the stretch. You had talked about it down the stretch before he got that one touchdown. He was like 0-8.
Yeah,
as far as touchdown to interceptions. Now he was 1-9. I mean, I know the fiscally responsible thing to do as an organization is to play the guy that you owe the money to. But if you got a shot to get in the playoffs, you got to get a young kid to try. You absolutely. But listen, that's you're putting him in based upon how he looked in practice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my Allen Iverson take. We're talking about practice. Practice.
Yeah,
practice.
And how much have you seen of Michael Penix during this season compared to what you saw in training camp?
Probably not much or none.
Not a lot, right?
Yeah, not a lot, yeah.
Wow, he's going to be thrown in big time. And by the way, I like Penix. He's a little bit older, more mature, left-hander. I don't know how the Giants' defense is going to fare against him. I would think most rookies, they're probably going to see a sea of speed and size, and they might get swallowed up by it. That's perfectly possible with Penix. But at the same time, they don't know what to expect from him. And if they have packed it in a little bit, that's why I see an 8.5-point line for a rookie that has never seen action.
Well, I mean, Atlanta's got a little bit of an arsenal. I mean, they've got some guys.
Oh, they've got Drake plays. London and Kyle Pitts are looking around like,
absolutely,
feed me the ball.
Absolutely.
And Bijan and all the rest of them. But they got a couple of good.
So they could play some inspired football come Sunday.
Yeah. And by the way, they're 7-7, and they're still battling for the NFC South. You take the Buccaneers, who have been pretty dang hot. They're at home coming back after putting 40 on the Harbaughs out in L.A., and they're taking on Dallas, and they're a 4-point favorite. And let's see, the Buccaneers are right now a game better than Atlanta. So they can't let up. And if Atlanta beats the Giants, which they're favored to do, even though they're putting Penix in, that's going to be a tight race if they drop that game to the Cowboys.
Yeah, they got to win that game.
Dallas is playing okay right now. Not great, but okay. And we'll see whether or not they got anything left in them. You're trying to figure out which of these teams are going to get it done. The Vikings going out to Seattle. They're trying to stay right there with the Detroit Lions, who are on top of the NFC North. And they are, let's see here, they're a 12-2 club, and they have rattled off 6 straight wins. Let me make sure I got that one right as far as they're concerned. And they're tied with Detroit. Detroit has the tiebreaker at the top. And Minnesota needs to go out to Seattle and keep playing well.
They need to win out. They need to win out. I mean, if they want that number 1 seed, I mean, I'm telling you who desperately needs that number 1 seed is the Detroit Lions. I mean, all the injuries that they have on their defensive side of the ball. I don't know if 1 week can make a difference, but hopefully you can get some of those guys back, because if you look at it as far as the D-line goes, or the linebackers go, or the cornerbacks go, I mean, they desperately need that number 1 seed in that bye to get some of their guys on the defensive side healthy.
I was a little surprised that we heard that David Montgomery may not have to seek surgery right now, that he has a chance maybe to come back around the time, if they were to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, that he would be able to come back. We'll see how true that is, but the MCL is pretty significant. But avoiding surgery means that at the very least he has a chance to stick around and make it to the promised land, which would be getting to the Super Bowl for the first time.
Now was that his decision, or was that because most athletes, when they get the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, they because you know that surgery will probably put you out of it. So if you got a chance to self-heal, most of the time when you're this close to the Super Bowl, you take that chance of trying to self-heal them and hopefully get back.
I think so.
Yeah.
If I'm him, and by the way, he was a Bear before he was a Lion.
Yeah.
And he had been in Suckville in Chicago for a while.
Yeah.
Comes to Detroit, everything is so much better for him. He's got his battery back, stable running mate with Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's like, I don't want to give this up.
Yeah.
We're a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. I mean, that's a veteran guy who's been on a losing organization for so long, and then having the opportunity to actually make it to the Super Bowl. He knows that with the surgery, that's the end. That's the offseason. So he's giving himself a chance to heal, to hopefully get back and play in that game.
I don't know how effective he'll be, but he's dying to basically still be a part of it as they take on the Chicago Bears. They're about a touchdown pick, and then they're, like we said, they're all fighting for the supremacy in the NFC North and probably the likely number 1 seed. All right, we'll keep it going. Let's say hello to Matt Hayes on the road up in South Bend. He's got his long johns on as we talk to him coming up here in a few minutes because he's getting ready for, 18 and some snow? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we'll get a preview of the game tonight, your first ever 12-team college football playoff. Our man right here on the show with us, and, of course, USA Today Sports as well, covering that game up in Notre Dame.
He's a master at recon. Hayes Carline takes you behind enemy lines on 1010XL.
What's your position?
That's top secret. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime, powertrain, and 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give them the chance to earn your business today on Atlantic Boulevard or at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie, and I've depended on South State for my banking needs as long as they've been serving Duval. Whether you're saving for retirement, purchasing a home, starting a business, your goals are their commitment. With forward-thinking, personalized banking solutions and best-in-class service, South State is ready to help you navigate your financial journey. Connect at southstatebank.com or drop by any of the 5 local South State offices. South State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pickett here for Bout 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bout 9. Visit Bout 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bout 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frank Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering is available with whole smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to pre-order online at bonosbarbq.com or give us a call at 904-332-7427. Speaking of the holidays, Bono's signature rubs make the perfect gift for all barbecue lovers. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
If your favorite colors are orange and green, stay close to South Beach this season.
Your source for weekly Canes news and nuggets on 1010XL is the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve on 1010XL.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon for MyBookie. While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. This holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st, a festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on BetSoft slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL action and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Lock in today. Use my code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra to start your holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up and use promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Together, they've helped build a stronger foundation for Jacksonville since 1901. Enjoy spending time with your friends and families this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Local 234, make the right connection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Have a group trip or company function soon? Mark Watson here with Hardball Creative. Get busy ordering the t-shirts and other swag you'll need. It's easy with Hardball.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
I say it's RJ the DJ, but I kind of turn into the DJ as well, just sitting back and just head bobbing and rocking with the air guitar. Welcome to Rockville with today's last chance to score tickets. Doesn't mean it'll be the end, but you can definitely take advantage of everything they've got going on their website. Welcome to Rockville.com. 150 music artists, 5 stages during the 4-day event, and we have got general admission passes for you right now. Caller number 4 at 641-1010 as we hook up our last listener today for Welcome to Rockville. We still have Jags Titans tickets at the end of this seg, and we also have chances for you to come enjoy some craft with Big Searcy, Maddie, and me next Friday. So let's say hello to the third of our crew.
Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
All right, Matt Hayes is one cold son of a gun up in South Bend right now as he gets ready for the first of what should be a great college football playoff season. Maddie, weather and conditions right now.
Joe, you know the whole northern myth about it's all about layers?
Yeah.
You just got to have layers and you'll be warm. Yeah. When there's wind, doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter.
It just cuts through you is what you're saying.
It's cold, man. They're expecting it to clear up by game time, which is good.
Okay.
But there's, it snowed all night last night. It was probably like 2 or 3 inches on the ground. It was snowing kind of like ice rain about a half hour ago, and now it's starting to slow, clear a little bit. So hopefully it'll clear and only be 18 degrees, and that's it.
Now, man, I played in South Bend in big games, and I recognize the pageantry that's associated to big game play. I mean, have you gotten that feel from South Bend there? Are they ready for does it feel like playoff football?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was – yeah, I didn't get here earlier this morning, but, I saw on social media there were traffic jams at 7 in the morning on campus. People were getting there really early to tailgate. It's a big deal. It's, the first 12-game playoff, obviously. The first game of college football in December that's not been a bowl game. First game on campus in December ever. So, yeah, it's a big deal, man. Big deal.
Yeah, I believe that the atmosphere, what Marcus Freeman has been able to create atmosphere-wise inside that building, inside that program, will pay dividends tonight. And I think everyone has been saying, Matt, and we probably share in this, that who have they played? That's kind of been the line that we have attached to Notre Dame. Is he going to use that as fuel tonight?
Sure he will. I think Kurt Signetti will, too. I mean, this is a game of who have they played, both Indiana and Notre Dame. But I think if you really are a fan of, okay, this playoff is really good for college football, I think Indiana winning this game would be a big deal because Indiana's a team that, was one of the last two out. They've had a lot of questions about them. Clearly not a football school, right? Signetti got there. This is his first year. He took about 13 or 14 starters from James Madison where he was the year before. They're all critical players on this team. He added like 40 guys from the portal. This is what college football is now. So if you're a fan of where we're headed in college football and you want to see it literally on display tonight, you should hope Indiana wins because Indiana then is, this is it. Indiana is ground zero, Joe. I guess it's the best way to say it for what college football is today.
So, Matt, if you could give me one reason why Notre Dame wins and one reason why Indiana wins this game tonight.
Leon, I think the Notre Dame they're just going to be physical. I think they're bigger and more athletic on the line of scrimmage than Indiana. I think that'll be part of the reason. They'll just run with Love, and they'll run with Riley Leonard. They'll throw off play action, and they'll play smart. I think Indiana's going to need help. Indiana's going to need a couple turnovers, which they've done. They've turned the ball over really well this year. Opponents, I should say. And they're going to need help. And they're going to need a big game from Curtis Rourke, their quarterback, who has never been in this type of environment, never been in this type of game. The closest thing would be, the Ohio State game this year. He did not play well. So I look at this. This is a moment now for Curtis Rourke, who prior to Indiana spent 5 years at Ohio U. This is a big deal for him, a big game.
Well, Matt, here's the thing. I want to ask you this question. So, listen, Indiana's playing with house money, all right? Maybe they don't know any better. Maybe they go in there and play inspired football and come away with the victory because everybody in the country, 98% of the country is probably picking against them. So they might as well go out there and freestyle and see what happens.
Just run around with your hair on fire.
Hey, why not? Why not?
Yeah, that's probably going to be. Part of the idea I would imagine from Signetti is going to be, look, this is what we've done all year. This is how we're going to approach this. This is our plan. I just go out there and cut it loose. Yeah, I agree with you. They are playing with house money. No one expects anything out of them. It's a big deal. They have tons of people here trying to get tickets, trying to scalp tickets. It's a big deal in this state too. You can believe that, Indiana.
Yeah, I was going to say those are Hoosier Hoops fans and maybe Notre Dame football fans. Who knows? They don't have to show their sports ID card with this one, but now they got football to root for. And it's funny. We're talking with Matt, our our team with all that we do. We talk college football all the time, but you can definitely check him out at Matt Hayes, CFB, and in his work at USA Today Sports with his preview and story on this game and all the other college football playoffs games to be played. But who is fighting for the most I get no respect kind of fight their way out of the label? SMU, Indiana, and heck, throw Arizona State in there too, man.
I'd almost throw Clemson in there too.
Okay,
honestly,
well, but they still have natties and pedigree.
They do. There's no doubt they do. And by the way, Dabo now is recruiting the portal. Just FYI, for the first time ever. I think you could throw that entire group in there because we could very easily see chalk this week and see routes in chalk. Like I think Ohio State could route Tennessee. I absolutely think they could. Mm-hmm. And clearly Penn State and SMU. Penn State's going to be just as cold as it is here, and it might be snowing there too. So that's going to be a difficult slog for SMU as well. I think if you are a fan of this playoff, I said this earlier. If you're a fan of this playoff, you should be looking at the underdogs, wanting the underdogs to perform well. If not win these games, because then it kind of underscores and validates everything they've done to get to this point as far as the playoff.
When you think of the guys that could upset the apple cart,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I really feel like the ones that can upset the apple cart, and I took 8.5, and I grabbed SMU only because James Franklin his record against ranked teams, it's not sterling. I do expect them to probably be able to control the game. The weather will help control the game. They'll probably be able to cover that number against Jennings and company. But where else could you see a surprise? Both Searcy and I are picking Rocky Top. You and Coach are picking the Buckeyes. Yeah.
You know what? I have a problem with Leon Searcy.
Okay.
He's been put in a situation this year where when they need throws from him in big games, it doesn't happen. I don't count, beating Vanderbilt to get to the playoff. It certainly was a big game. But that's Vanderbilt.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Vanderbilt. That's not like what he's going to be facing in Columbus. So I guess I'm one of those with Nico is I'll believe it when I see it, one of those type of things. And I think defensively they're very good, but you can only do so much. Against Ohio State with the way they run the ball. Eventually you're going to wear down unless you make some kind of plays on offense. And Ohio State will literally they will load up, Joe. They will load up with, 8 and 9 man boxes and force Tennessee to throw the ball.
Man, I hear what you say. I hear what you say about Ohio State, about this amazing talent and how they both sides.
But you're not buying it.
I just can't unsee what I saw against Michigan, bro. I can't unsee what I saw. At home against a Michigan team that was 6-5, they laid an egg on both sides of the ball. They couldn't stop the run. I mean, Michigan pressured them the whole game long.
And they were a 3-score favorite.
Yes, and they were a 3-score favorite. And now if they can come off those ring ropes from that beating that they got, that drumming against Michigan, it was a close game, but it looked more like a drumming.
Let me ask you this, sir.
Yes.
Did you ever lose the game where you guys were heavily favored? I'm guessing you did at Miami. Did you ever lose to Florida State where you should have beaten them?
No.
Put it that way. Never.
No.
Right, well,
we lost to a BYU team. We was favored by 10. We lost to them. Yes.
All right, I'll give you one. I know one. How about the Notre Dame loss with the fumble, Cleveland Gary? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys were the better team, right?
We were favored by 2 in the game, though.
But you're still the better team.
Yeah, we were.
We
were the better team. We were. Yes.
And that's a big rival.
It is.
So it's look, I get it. I'm with you. It's hard to see what happened in Michigan, but you also got to understand that that's a different beast. That game is separate from everything else, and Michigan is in their head now. So I just see this as a team that's uber talented, probably the most talented team in the country. That's going to get their mind right in this playoff. They're going to play really well. I think they're going to win it all. I do. I think they're going to run right through and win the whole thing.
All right, we got to turn you loose. And all right, so have you heard ticket prices or anything real quick as far as the get-ins or anything like that?
Well, I stopped the guy and asked him how much. He told me $700, and then he told me he's heard other people asking $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A stack, Joe. A stack to get into the game.
It's unbelievable. And I'm telling you, I always tell the story of my brother who went to Vegas and then bust over to Tempe for the 95 championship game, Nebraska, Florida. And there's nothing worse than paying all that money, getting in your seat, and then getting your arse kicked and not being able to leave, because it was a 2-hour bus ride back to Vegas. You couldn't just pick up and leave. You had to wait.
Right.
You had to wait for the rest of the bus. And that's straight pain. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully Indiana brings it tonight and makes it a good game. All right, man. Stay warm when you can, huh?
All right, boys.
Thank you.
Yo.
All right, there he goes, Matt Hayes, at Matt Hayes CFB, as he gets ready for that game tonight. It should be something else, really. All right, let's give our listeners, we've been basically kind of playing Santa today. It's Big Searcy's birthday tomorrow, but he's kind of giving stuff away left and right. So we've tapped out on Welcome to Rockville tickets, but you got a chance to finish out the Everbank Stadium experience, because you guys party, okay? The game may not be what you want, but you guys party. So we're going to give you a chance to win tickets. Jags, Titans, right after Christmas, and you might be able to put it under the tree and say it was your idea to get this Christmas present. Caller number 4 at 641-1010. RJ's going to hook you up.
Do the Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of the lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Cigar smokers, All-Pro lineman Leon Searcy here for my favorite spot, Cigars International. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center, a massive 6,200 square foot lounge with over 600 cigar brands, a full-service bar, and indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Give their old fashions a try. They're the best in town. Follow on social for holiday specials and events. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. Tomorrow, James Spence Authentication will be certifying autographs inside Showtime from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get your sports and pop culture autographs authenticated with JSA. Saturday from 11 to 3 at Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? StoneCore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit StoneCore today and let's beautify your home together. StoneCore.co. We do outdoors better.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Pre-Game Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
This holiday season, give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort food and the joy that comes with digging into a huge plate of diner favorites from Metro Diner. And to make things even more merry, now through the end of the year, they're adding on a $10 bonus card with every $50 spent on gift cards. Metro Diner gift cards are the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Friends, family, or coworkers. Stop by the diner or metrodiner.com and get all your gift shopping done easily. Happy holidays from Metro Diner.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 20th, 1981, NHL left wing Doug Smale sets NHL record, scoring in the first 4 seconds of the game for the fastest goal from an opening faceoff in history.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners, so you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Need a piece of jewelry that won't break your wallet? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has tons of reconditioned jewelry, always inspected by their jeweler. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Hey folks, Dave Binion here with Zero Res. At Zero Res, we love rugs. We will treat your fine Oriental rugs with the tender and loving care they deserve. Gerard, the Zero Res rug manager, is one of the few certified master rug cleaners in Florida. If you want your rugs cleaned with tender loving care, call Zero Res. Right now, get your rugs washed and we will give you 25% off. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
How hot is the surface of the sun? The answer next.
Does your homeowner's insurance company contact you before, during, or after a big storm? If not, then it's time for you to contact Southern Oak Insurance. Find us online at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The average temperature of the surface of the sun? About 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
One of the most challenging parts of being a rookie in the National Football League is the mental aspect. Jaguars offensive coordinator Press Taylor on the mental makeup of Brian Thomas Jr.
Very impressive. I mean, mentally to be able to handle it, I mean, it's the same thing. We've talked about it before. You wouldn't know it. We have our receivers are all lined up, X, Y, Z, F. He, throughout the course of the game, will align as multiple letters. Well, that takes a lot of mental toll on guys of, I was the Z on this play, Chad signaled this, now I'm the F, I'm the X on this one, I got to know where to align, what to do. You don't want to do that if the guy can't handle it because you're paralyzing a player. He can handle it.
Press Taylor on BTJ with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is I'm in full draft mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
Draft capital mode. But I saw this Oakland Raider team play against the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football, and even at our worst, we should beat this team. Even at our worst, we should beat this team.
I'm not.
We got a better roster. Absolutely got a better roster. As much as I want this team to L its way out the season, there's no way we can lose this Oakland Raider team. The Jaguar in me won't allow it. The Jaguar in me will not allow us to lose this game to the Oakland Raiders because flat out we're better. We're a better team.
I'm what you would call I'm wrestling with it right now because I agree with you, and Mac Jones agrees with you. Mac needs this. Mac wants to put at least one dub on his resume as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Who knows where it goes from here? But I'll use this as my takeaway. My takeaway originally was going to be what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Leave an L in Vegas, okay? Just go ahead and get you an L, leave it there, and then come back. Or, hell, if you want to bring the L back, that's fine too. But just make sure it's an L. And I just don't know that will happen. They do come up with ways, sirs, to screw things up. And the Raiders' defense is decent. Not great, but decent. And we'll see whether or not it's going to be a turnover that basically tells the story of how this game goes. But I'm thinking it's going to be a 9-6 stinker. I don't know whether there's going to be some big plays. I would love to see BTJ. I agree with you roster-wise. This football team should be able to score in the 20s. Tank, ETN. Go ahead and talk about the guys we talked about this past week. Brenton Strange getting some big plays, and then obviously BTJ being the biggest. So as long as Mac manages the game and doesn't try and reach deep and try and hit that home run too often, because he just is not necessarily one of the better deep ball throwers that we've seen in a Jags uniform. And so he can take your profit play right down the field. He could just go, and I don't mind that at all, honestly. You use up the clock, you move the chains, you get in the end zone, and you control the clock. And if you've got the lead, then you're going to be able to rough up whoever's back there, be it Desmond Ridder, Aiden O'Connell, whomever. How many quarterbacks will we see on Sunday, you think?
For the Raiders, at least 2.
Okay, 2 from them, and all right. So you're going to go with a total of 3. Aiden O'Connell, at the very least, are trying to get him back out there, and I'm just trying to figure out whether or not, they don't have anything to play for either. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out, which one of these is going to basically try and scratch out a win and feel better about themselves when the day is done. And I believe Mac will want to do that as much as any other player on this team. You agree?
I agree.
All right, let's stay on the quarterback mold here real quick. And one more bold fact. And RJ, at the end of this, remind me, we will invite a couple of more listeners to taste the craft with us next Friday. We will be at Bold City Brewery, right there in the production house on Riverside. You got a chance to come uncork that XLP Hazy IPA that we brewed. And I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to it. We will be down there, and we'll serve you up some grub, and you'll be able to taste the craft with us. So this past week, we mentioned Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, certain Hall of Famers that hooked up for another amazing performance, including getting in the end zone. So this is a list of most touchdowns by quarterback wide receiver duos all time. Now, this includes the postseason, all time. Care to throw some guesses out as to the quarterback wide receiver combos, including postseason, all time?
Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison.
Give that big man a ding, okay? They are at the top.
At the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say, wow. Marino and Clayton?
You're a stud. You're a stud. I love it. That's among the top 4.
Okay.
You got
how many more you got?
You got 2 of the top 4. And basically, since we brought this up, we'll just say that Davante and Aaron Rodgers are 3 of the top 4. So you got 1 more.
1 more. One more.
And while you're thinking about it, I'll just list this out. Marvin Harrison has hooked up with Peyton Manning 114 times. That's impressive. So they are at the top of the list, including the postseason, best ever quarterback wide receiver duos. The next is 92 combination touchdowns between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Mark Clayton hooked up with Danny Marino 82 times and scored postseason or regular season. And Davante and Aaron just collected their 80th touchdown together. You got a guess on that other one?
My next guess would be, I know it's wrong. Is it Peyton and Wayne?
No. Now, you got to think of the greatest touchdown catcher in the history of the game.
Yeah. Or it's Steve Young and Jerry Rice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I knew you'd get that one, and I was wondering just for a brief moment you might go Montana and Rice, because I probably would have gone Montana and Rice. I'd have fallen for it, but it is Steve Young and Jerry Rice 92 times.
That's crazy.
And that's honestly, that really is impressive what they were able to do. All right, we've made a prediction. I went 9-6. What's your prediction in the game?
The Jaguar game?
Yeah.
14-9.
Okay. All right. Both low scores. I believe the total is somewhere around 40-42. I'll check that out real quick. All right. I'm just going to kind of roll through these. 8 o'clock tonight. We both are on Notre Dame. I feel like there's going to be some points scored because Indiana's going to take some chances. They might be able to get a big play here or there. Both of these schools, largest margin of victory, they did it different ways. Notre Dame put their thumb on people, and they didn't need to score a bunch because they didn't let the other team score a bunch. Indiana did score a bunch and then had pretty large margin of victory. I could see a 25-16 is screaming to me right now. That's an odd score, but in the weather, I think that's what it's going to be, and that'll be a 9-point victory for Notre Dame.
Okay. I got Notre Dame winning, but I got Indiana, at least fist fighting.
Okay.
I mean, got nothing to lose, man.
Sure.
No one's believing in them. I mean, I can imagine that pregame speech in that locker room before they go out in that field. The whole world's against them. No one believes they have that opportunity. I think it's going to be 26-22.
Okay, great. Signetti's going to get on there. He's going to try and get in their ear and motivate them and see if he can do it. And he's been impressive to this point. They just kind of got shut down. I'm looking at this defense a lot like I'm looking at that Ohio State defense. Then that noon kick tomorrow, 8.5 points. Both of us, you went Penn State, I went SMU. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not James Franklin's going to tighten up, whether he's going to be able to call a good ball game. They have been capable of winning big ball games, just haven't done it. And they did okay defensively against Oregon in the Big Ten championship game, but just wasn't able to manufacture enough points. I hope the Ponies right in there, and I'm just going to call it. It's going to be the same type of weather, same type of score. I'm going to go 23-20.
23-20? Okay, all right. I just think Penn State is the bigger, more physical team. I think SMU is more of a fast break offense.
True.
They can score points, but I think the physicality is going to wear them. And plus the cold weather, is going to be the neutralizer as well. So I think Penn State is going to win the game 20-15.
Okay. All right. So we got low scores there.
30-15. I'm sorry.
30-15?
30-15.
All right. I'm just looking for the total here. They've got it up there. 53 points. Even in this, and Penn State's used to playing in this, so they're very capable of scoring. It's just a matter of whether the other ones are capable or not. But 53 is the total. Next game, Clemson, Texas, 4 o'clock kick tomorrow afternoon. 12-point line between these two. I like Clemson. I'm taking the points at the very least to hang in there, maybe make a big play or two here or there. Cade Klubnik against zone has been successful, so we'll find out if he can do it. And I like this one in that 31-26 range, something like that.
No, I think Clemson is going to get beat like they got beat by Georgia earlier this season. I think Texas is going to put the whooping on them.
Oh. All right. The score for Ohio State, Tennessee.
Ohio State, Tennessee. Tennessee 26, Ohio State 17.
All right, I like that. I'm going to go 28-24. I like that. And we'll see whether they can shock them. I like the points, but I do – it does come down to Nico. It comes down to Nico Io. Is he going to be smart enough and hit the big play? Because they can run the ball. They can play defense just like the other guys. So we'll find out whether they can do that or not. All right, so we're about done. But let's give our listeners one more chance, RJ, since we did give out a bold fact right there a minute ago. If you want to taste the craft with us, this is our own brew at Bold City Brewery next Friday. We're going to be able to feed a few of you. We're going to make it just a nice little VIP in honor of 1010. We'll get 10 of you guys that will be able to come enjoy the craft with us. You can sample, of course, whatever else they got going on. Brew-wise at Bold City Brewery on Roselle in the Riverside area, the production house. So give RJ a call. 2 or 3 of you, 641-1010. We'll get you on the guest list and make sure that you can come on out and enjoy that with us. As we say goodbye, we are done. We turn you loose with the Frangie Show coming up next, but definitely if you want to enjoy the craft, come do it next Friday. I know they're enjoying it right now as the Gator game is underway, so they'll be having fun this afternoon. Make sure you check out the Frangie Show coming up. Joe C., Big Searcy, have a big birthday tomorrow, big man.
I shall.
And RJ, we'll talk to all of y'all on Monday as we get ready for Christmas.
Come on, Joe. That ain't good enough. You gotta suck the blood out my mouth.